My name's Walter. Walter Hayes. I'm 93 years old now. I live out of a van just outside Flagstaff, Arizona. Been there a while. If you saw me, you'd probably think I messed up somewhere. No house, no retirement, no real address anymore. Most days, I got just enough for gas and a cup of coffee. That's about it. By the way people measure a life, yeah, I'm a failure. No argument there. But this is the part people don't really believe when I say it. It never felt like I lost. I know how that sounds. Sounds like I'm trying to make it okay. I'm not. I'm telling you because if you're anything like I used to be, you might already feel it. That thing, Sunday night, when it gets quiet and your chest feels a little tight. You don't talk about it. You just keep going. I did that for, 25, 30 years. Told myself I was doing the right thing. Good job. Good money. People respected me. On paper, looked like I was doing just fine. But I remember this one night, I was sitting in my apartment, Chicago, top floor, big windows, whole city lit up in front of me. Should have felt like I made it, and I'm staring at my reflection in the glass. And I swear to you, I didn't recognize the man looking back. That was the first time. Something didn't feel right, and I wish I could tell you I fixed it right away. I didn't. I didn't leave. I stayed longer than I probably should have. Funny thing is, if you met me back then, you wouldn't be sitting here listening to this. Not a chance. I was doing all right. Yeah, more than all right. Went to law school, early 62nds, somewhere back east. I can't even remember the name half the time now. Doesn't really matter. Full scholarship. Didn't cost me a thing. People like that. I still remember the first day I walked in. Big room, dark wood everywhere. Windows so tall it felt more like a church than a classroom. There was this kid sitting next to me. Wouldn't stop clicking his pen. Just click, click, click. Drove me nuts. And I remember thinking, what the hell are we all so nervous about? Nobody was talking. Everybody pretending to be calm like they had it all figured out. But you could see it in their faces, tight, like they were already behind before anything had even started. And I had this thought, nothing special, didn't come from anywhere. It just showed up. If I stay here, this is it. Same people, same rooms, same conversations, over and over again for the next 30, 40 years. Felt like I'd already seen that movie, and I didn't like how it ended. But I stayed. That's how it happens, by the way. Nobody really tells you that part. You don't just get up and leave. You stay. You tell yourself, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what a good life looks like. And after a while, you get good at it. Yeah, I got real good at it. I just didn't know it yet. It took me a while after that. Couple weeks, maybe longer. I don't remember exactly. Nothing dramatic, though. There wasn't some big moment where I stood up and said, that's it. It didn't happen like that. I just started pulling away. Missed a meeting here and there. Stopped volunteering for things I used to chase. Started saying no without really explaining why. People noticed. Yeah, they always do. My boss called me in one afternoon, closed the door, had that look on his face, you know the one, like he'd already made up his mind about you. "Everything all right, Walter?" I said, "Yeah." It wasn't. A few weeks later, I cleared out my desk. Did it quick. Didn't want a scene. Left most of the stuff there. Didn't feel like it belonged to me anymore anyway. I remember taking off my watch, the one my dad gave me. Just stood there for a second, then left it in the drawer. Didn't think much about it at the time. Funny how that works. I drove west after that. Didn't really have a plan, just kept going. Figured I'd land somewhere eventually, or maybe not. First few nights I slept in the car, back seat, neck all twisted up. Couldn't get comfortable no matter how I turned. There was this one night somewhere outside Albuquerque, I think, cold enough you could see your breath inside the car. I left the engine running too long trying to stay warm. Woke up and realized I barely had enough gas to get moving again. That's when it hit me. This might have been a mistake. Yeah, I thought that more than once. Nobody really talks about that part. When you walk away from everything, there's this stretch of time where it doesn't feel like freedom at all. It just feels like you lost your footing. No applause, no clarity, just you trying to make sense of what you did, and a whole lot of quiet. Took me a long time to understand it. Still not sure I fully do, to be honest. But somewhere along the way things got quieter. Not out here, in here. I didn't wake up with that tight feeling in my chest anymore. Didn't reach for my phone the second I opened my eyes. Didn't feel like I was already late before my feet even hit the ground. Some mornings I'd just sit there with a cup of coffee and forget to drink it. It'd go cold and I wouldn't even notice. Back then that would have driven me crazy. Every minute had somewhere to be. Every hour already spoken for. And if you weren't moving, you felt like you were falling behind. Out here, nobody's keeping score, nobody's watching, and I don't know when it happened exactly, but I stopped feeling like I was running out of time. That's a strange thing to notice, especially when you've spent most of your life chasing it. I used to think wealth was money, security, things that made you look like you were doing okay. But I've met a lot of people with all of that, and they still carry this weight, like something's about to fall apart any second. I don't have much now, but I don't carry that anymore. And that's different, real different. So when people see me now, the van, the clothes, the way I live, and they think I lost at life, I get it. I probably would have thought the same thing. But I've lived that other life. The one that looks right, the one everyone tells you to build. And I'll tell you something, real simple. The life they tell you to chase might be the very thing that takes your life away from you. Not all at once, slow, quiet, piece by piece, until one day you wake up and realize you don't even recognize it anymore. I've seen that ending. Stood in a room full of people watching it. Didn't want it to be mine. These days I sit outside, cheap coffee in my hand, sun coming up over nothing in particular, and there's nowhere else I'm supposed to be. No one waiting, nothing pulling at me. Just this. And maybe that doesn't look like much to you. That's all right. But I've lived both lives. And if you ask me which one felt richer, I wouldn't even have to think about it. So let me ask you something, not for me, for you. When everything gets quiet, no noise, no distractions, does your life feel like yours?